The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606 344 0217, or you can reach me by email heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Mark Gregory, alongside Ryan Garnett, and we're also co-hosted by Edward Hall. But before we let Ryan talk, let's give him the proper introduction. And my co-host, Ryan Garnett. So, Ryan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Been under the little weather this morning. Slept till about noon, which is very odd for me.
So your blood pressure's been up and all that stuff.
No, I just don't. I don't know what it was, but I'm okay tonight, I guess.
But Edward will be along shortly, and you know Edward, he always he goes through this thing called stage fright. It takes him a few minutes, backstage, look himself in the mirror and say, "I can do it, I can do it, I can do it," and eventually he builds up enough, determination and gets rid of the stage fright, and then he comes on the show. But hopefully we get to see Edward within the next hour or so. But right while we're waiting for Edward to come on so we can give him the proper introduction, let's go ahead and take a moment to thank our sponsors again, Bryant Family Medicine. Of course, Ryan, you're saying you're not feeling good. You know who you need to go see. No, they'll hook you up some antibiotics, whatever else they need to hook you up with. You'll come out there feeling fit and fiddle. You might even come out of there, feeling 20 years younger. I mean, you don't ever know. And might feel like a teenager again by the time they get done with you. But
Well,
of course,
yeah,
if you're
you did say 20 years younger. That would put me back almost in high school.
well, that's why I said teenager. You'd be a teenager again. You put me back 2 years younger, I'd be in like elementary school or something like that. Probably preschool or something. I know, Ryan. It sounded good though, but they're
I
definitely
know.
your
Well, I got to
hookup.
come on for that one. He's full of baloney on that one. I don't know what he's put in his coffee, but 20 years ago, he'd still been out of school.
And before we talk about our other sponsor, let's introduce our next co-host, Edward Hall. And of course, Edward has to have all these introduction noises and stuff. But Edward, how you doing? While we're listening to this soft music, how are you doing? Are you even
That's
going?
good.
Are you even going to speak
No,
to us, Edward?
applause first, please. I got to have applause to get me going.
Okay,
There we
Edward
go.
Hall.
Well, I'm here after doing all the work behind the scenes that nobody else likes to do.
Okay, so while we got Edward on, let's go ahead and thank our other sponsor, Heather Martinez Realtor. And of course, if you're in the market for buying or selling, she's definitely the hookup. If you got, definitely deserves the applause. And hopefully, Edward will work the applause button for us all night because it's hard for me to put the pictures up, do the applause. But I like the applause button. But if you got the money and the bankroll like Ryan Garnett there, you're definitely in the market to buy it and sell it. Just go there and scan that QR code and go to her page, see what kind of deals that she has to offer. And of course, if you're like I said, if you're in the market, she's definitely the hookup. Tell her that Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media sent you too. Maybe you get us a little brownie points with her too, but she ain't worried about the brownie points. She's only worried about promoting the student athletes, and she's a really good woman. We've had her on the show several times, and want to give her a big shout out. That being said, guess what? We have a super lineup tonight. Of course, we're going to be bringing on Bell County's own Caleb Miller, and folks, what hasn't he did on the football field the last couple of years? I mean, he just it ain't what he's done; it's what hasn't he did. And what an athlete and great guy! And can't wait to get him on. And then we're also all of us a big welcome home to Nadine Johnson, and we I reached out to her, and she was I'm not gonna call her Johnny on the spot. I should call her Johnnyette on the spot or Jane on the spot. I don't what should I call her? Everett, help me out here.
Call her Nadine on the spot.
We'll call her Nadine on the spot. You know, said
That
sure,
works.
and just she was always a great interview. Cannot wait to get her on too. And Edwards get now if Edwards suddenly gets turned off, we know what happened. The police are busting in his door. They're dragging him out. We've got to keep this show PG. So if the bad boys come through the door, yeah, go ahead and take him. Go ahead and turn the show off there because we don't want to see all that. And Edward is really getting into all this stuff now. We're getting all kinds of stuff, and I do like to laugh, but see, I'm all out of whack now. I haven't even thanked my photographers or anything like that. But why don't we just go ahead and bring our first guest on before you totally get us off the track here? You know, we spent 10 minutes and we just spent like 5 minutes listening to sound there. But that being said, let's go ahead and bring the star of the show on. You ready for it?
Hey everyone.
Hi, Nadine. I thought that he was going to do the applause or something right there. I don't know if you've heard all this.
I done drum roll.
I like it.
Nadine, it's been a minute. Thank you for coming on. I know you got a busy schedule, and we always loved interviewing you. And like, I'm gonna reach out to her. Hopefully, we get her on. And like I was saying before you come on, you was like, "We're gonna call you Nadine on the spot." You like, boom. You like, yeah, anytime. And we do want to thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm super excited.
First off, we just gotta give you just I was going to say welcome home, but I know you've got you got a pretty good home right now, so I'm going to do a welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back probably sounds better than welcome home, but we're just glad to get to spend a few minutes with you. But just tell us how it's going. Tell us how college life treats you.
Oh, it has been an absolute blast. I like to tell people, don't listen to the people who say high school is the best year of your life. This is an absolute lie. I've enjoyed this so much, and it's honestly just such a great experience from college to basketball, and I can't complain that I'm in Florida. You know, it rains a lot, but it's also like 80 degrees, 90 every day, so I'm not too upset.
Well, we had an 80-degree day yesterday, but then we followed it up with like 100-mile-per-hour winds. It knocked my electricity out for half a day, and now it's like 20 degrees. There'll probably a snowstorm here by tomorrow. So.
Yeah, probably about to get the snow soon.
But I guess the season's getting ready to start for you. Am I right?
Yes, it is getting ready to start. We do our first scrimmage against Miami-Dade on October 27th.
So I guess you're super excited about that. Just tell us what you've been doing about keeping your body in good shape and stuff, and getting yourself prepped for basketball season.
Yeah, so right now we're in the preseason. So usually okay, so like for instance, we have practice tomorrow at 5 a.m. So I usually have to get up, around maybe like 3:54, because I want to try to get some coffee in before practice and make sure I stretch well, and then we'll go to practice. I actually am coming off of a knee injury, so our trainers are really good about making sure we have proper recovery, and eating well and stretching well. And then I'll go to class, and then usually we're going to do film. And our coach has a lot of meetings with us individually, which is something I love. I'll have an academic meeting tomorrow, and then I'll also have a role meeting with my coach, which she basically discusses making sure we're doing what we're doing on the court and off the court. So that's pretty much how things are going right now. Obviously, when season starts, I get super excited because then we get to travel a lot, and I can't wait for that. But right now, it's just the anticipation of it all.
Absolutely. And you spoke about the knee. How is the knee? Are you back 100%, or is it still recovering, or how's it doing?
I'm gradually getting back. I just started back like kind of hard practicing the day before yesterday, I think. So I'm gradually getting in there, but by this week, especially with like we're gonna do some rehab and then post practice rehab, all that stuff. So I should be back full force by this week.
I, I'm gonna post a picture up, Nadine. I hope I don't embarrass you with it, but I pulled it off your page here, and I'm thinking if I'm wrong, I'm gonna have it Ryan to put it up. I think you're trying to bring a little bit of Kentucky
Oh
flavor in it.
no.
Okay, and maybe Ryan can find it here.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Let's get it. Hold on. It's my
I
it's
see
my
that.
decor.
Okay, I see the LA, but well, I was telling Ryan before the show, there's two things missing there, and tell me if you agree with me. You need a bag of Grippos and like some pickled bologna.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny you say that because I actually, before I had came back to Florida, I had planned this photo for all summer. And my mom said the same. She's like, "Where's your grippos?" Well, the thing is, I don't like grippos and I don't eat pork. So I couldn't lie to anyone. I was like, I'm only going to include the things I like. But I will agree. Grippos are like the staple for Kentucky. I should have just lied and pretended like I liked them.
So does any one of your teammates actually even know what Grippos and L8 and pickled bologna is?
Absolutely not. I had to explain it to them. They were like, "What do you have? Like, is this alcohol?" I was like, "No, it's not alcohol. No underage drinking. This is strictly L8." Like, I promise.
Well, I agree with you. I'm not gonna bash on Grippos either. I can't eat the barbecue Grippos. They're a little bit too
Nah.
spicy. Now the plain Grippos I can handle a little bit, but
Yeah.
the barbecue sort of, they whip me.
Yeah,
But
I draw the line.
but
Mm-mm.
I've got 1,000 more questions for you, but I'm gonna have Edward and Ryan to take over. It looks like you got some love here, and I guess you probably know this person.
Oh yeah, I think I know. No, I'm just joking. Of course, I love John. Oh my gosh, we still talk almost like every other day, so it's great having, people who still support me and follow me and everything.
But I've got one headset side of my headphones not working, so I'm gonna try my best to try to listen out of one ear and talk. But in college, what's the biggest aspect of it when playing basketball?
Um, so like what's my biggest, aspect as far as the biggest thing that I'm focusing on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say for me, definitely time management. Goodness gracious, my days are so much more managed now than they were in high school. Like, I have no time to play around, which I've asked for it, so I'm not complaining about it, but you have to manage your time well because between basketball and school, I work in a research lab as a part-time job too. So between all three of those, you have to manage your time well. I would say that is the most important thing.
And this is my favorite question to ask. Mark and Edward knows where I'm going with this. I usually do closer to home, but since you're in Florida, I'll change the question up. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at where you
Ooh,
are down there in Florida?
I love that question. Actually,
And probably where you live,
so
that's probably got a couple more restaurants than what Pineville did, right?
yes, that's one of my favorite things about it. It's like the options. But I have two answers. So, because the first one's not really a restaurant. So before I had came to Florida, John North actually was like, "You need to try a pub sub," and I was like, "All right, I'll try one." And I'm telling you guys, it was amazing. So I love the public subs, but I would say my favorite restaurant is this place called Long Doggers. It's like a surf beach style restaurant right on the coast, and oh my gosh, so good. Great wings, great key lime pie. It's great.
That sounds amazing. But Edward,
Looks like you're getting some more love here. Maybe we can get somebody to read this right here. I'm half blind here. Oh,
Pub
there's John
subs.
again. Pub subs, and then it looks like Hannah Warwick. Ryan, you've got the good eyes of the bunch here.
says, miss you, love Nadine Johnson, beautiful and star as always.
I miss her too. I still, Michaela, I remember playing with her in volleyball. We always had our little thing on the court where we'd like kiss the floor and look up at God. So I still miss that.
And then I'm sure you know this guy too. Well, it got taken off, so I put it on there. There we go.
Oh yeah, Bobby D, softball coach. He was my first and only softball coach at Pineville, and I absolutely still flex that. I'm like, yep, I played softball. I loved softball, and I still think about him like talking, running me around the bases and everything. It was awesome.
Edward, the floor is yours.
So, Nadine, I'm going to have to hit you with a hard question right out the gate.
All right.
So, for all the younger athletes that's going to be watching this show, what kind of advice would you give them to be able to reach the level that you did?
I would say the best piece of advice that I can give any athlete is I think mentally you have to be more present than you have to be physically. You have to be determined, you have to be motivated because there are going to be times where you might not even like there were times I had a love-hate relationship with basketball. I still do. Like there's times where you get frustrated with the game and there's times when you love it. But if this is something you want to do, you've got to be all in on it. And mentally, as far as that, that's going to be more important than physically. I 100% believe in the quote that like basketball is like 70% mental and 30% physical because it's 100% true. If you don't believe in yourself first, then nobody else is going to. So you've got to believe that you can go all the way first. I don't care if it's you have dreams of just playing in high school, just playing in college, or playing in the NBA. Like it doesn't matter. You've got to believe in that first before anyone else will.
Absolutely, but go ahead, Mark.
Looks like you've got some more love here, Ryan, if you want to read it.
Robert Daniels said Nadine came home and was at with our softball girls when they won the district title. She's missed for sure. If all the girls worked hard as Nadine, they could achieve anything they want to.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
So, I got to ask you, what do you see different between the college level and the high school?
I'd say probably the demand that you're or the expectation that you're going to be expected to do because I know everyone says this, but like it's 100% true. Everyone that plays at this level was a star in high school. Like it doesn't matter. So you're not coming to be um like a star or anything. You guys are playing as a team now. Everyone's good. So it's not that one-on-one thing or it's not the like take the ball. This is a team now. So everyone's expected to be good and everyone's expected to do their part. Also, it's not like you're going to have to get up in the morning, you're going to have to maybe stay late at night, you're going to have to do an exam till midnight and then get up 4 hours later, but you're gonna have to push through. So I would say the main part is just the demand for it. It is what it's cut out to be. So you're gonna have high expectations, but also don't let it scare you.
Well, I mean, it done scared me when you said you had practice at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, that done spooked me there.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a lot to get used to at first, but you take a little shot of coffee around like 4:30, and you'll be fine. Especially when season starts rolling, then it's like okay, sleep is really important, and you get some sleep. So that's the good part.
Yeah, no offense, but I don't drink coffee. I drink Mountain Dew.
You don't drink coffee? Okay, well,
No,
I don't blame you. I didn't either. But now I've just been holding my nose and trying to drink black coffee before practice because I'm like, I need it.
Well, that answered my question. I was going to ask the Mark question, hot coffee or cold coffee, but that kind of answered it for me. So,
Well, I actually like iced coffee, but before practice, like when I first wake up, hot coffee is the only thing that can wake me up. So I have a teammate. She wakes up earlier than all of us. She already has it brewed. So I'm pretty lucky because I get to go out and just smell it and go drink some.
Nothing like
so,
that smell in the morning time.
Yup.
so I got to ask you, what would you think would have been the farthest that you've traveled to play a team so far?
Ooh. Okay. Trying to think. So I know that last year we didn't travel much, but we got like a lot of in Florida teams. So I'd say the farthest was like Georgia, but like this year I know we're gonna travel a good bit. I think we go up to North Carolina or somewhere in the Carolinas this year, which will be good because even though it's quite a bit from Kentucky, it's still close enough for like my parents to come. So I'm really excited about that. But we should be traveling a lot this year, which I personally love. I love to travel, so
But the traveling part is always what's got me in the college level because, it's a whole lot of going around. But now I got to ask you a question that about Bobby D. Do you think you could take him one on one now?
ooh, I'm always gonna say me. So I'm not backing down on that. But I know that Bobby D is also gonna say himself. So I guess we're just gonna have to see is where that answer is at.
Me and Nadine will take you, Edward, and Bobby D any
There we
day.
go.
Well, see, between you and Nadine against me and Bobby D, me and Bobby
Any
D's got the
day, anytime.
mismatch because it's going to be
uh,
Nadine backpacking you the whole time, and
Well,
me and
that's what I'm
Rob's going to
saying.
come
I
work as a
just have to
team.
back ends under to go and then hand her the ball all day long, her lighting it up.
oh yeah, I have a little 2-on-2. That sounds good.
Well, next time she's in town, if Bobby D's up to it, he's got to ice them old knee injuries and get ready. But
There we
we'll make
go.
it happen.
And
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll let Ryan video it so then they ain't no they
Hmm.
cheated. Oh yeah, no, no.
Oh yeah. No, that
oh,
sounds good.
Nate, Bobby didn't respond.
You tell him though that Bobby D can shoot. I will say that he has a sniper on him. He has a sniper. I'm definitely not going to be backing off of him on the 3-point line.
Well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't give Bobby that much credit now. I have played with him and against him. No, I'm just kidding. Bobby is a good player. So this is the question I've been wanting to ask you for a minute. Your first game when you stepped out on the court, how was like the atmosphere and your nerves and everything?
Whoa, it was okay. So we were playing in Americus, Georgia, I think. We were playing against Georgia Southwestern for my first game. It was like nothing I had ever experienced before. I mean, you're in this big arena and and also I'm away, so I'm not even with our, campus people that I know. So it's just completely new people. I see cameramen everywhere. I see photographers. I'm like, on the free throw lines or seeing them zoom in on us and everything. And I'm like, whoa, it was like I had one of those moments like I can't believe I'm here right now, but then it was also like, okay, now I need to like lock in because I actually have to play. And I remember my coach my teammates, they were all just like, it's gonna be nerve wracking, but once you get out there, I think the nerves will go away. And that's what happened. After I got out there, it was just basketball again, just like in high school.
So, Bobby D, I'm gonna have to reply back on that comment. If I come out of retirement, I'd have to see you on the court one day, but I got to come out of retirement first, and Mark won't let me.
See what's going to happen. I told you I'm going to back his both up and under to go. Nadine's
There
going
you
to have
go.
the floor to herself, and then Robert D tries to do the light up stuff. I'll be doing the Natumbo stuff to not no. I'll be talking that stuff about 13 rows up in the stands
There you
somewhere.
go.
We got you. We
Well,
we
Oh
got him,
yeah.
Nadine.
see,
We got him.
I would have to say that me and Bobby D's got you because while Nadine's guarding Bobby, I'm gonna have free shooting because we know you ain't guarding me. It's gonna be like a 2-on-1. Martin
Well,
They
done
got
took off.
taken off.
well, I tried to click on it.
There we go.
Well, Bobby,
There we go.
unfortunately, I would have to have a sub to help me out. And when I brought him in, I think it'd be all Nadine having to do all the work because Bobby ain't gonna be able to do it.
We're gonna do a little do a little matchup when we get home. We're gonna have a giant game, do a tournament run.
That's right. But I gotta ask you, at a home game, tell me how your atmosphere operates. Like what's it like being an athlete out there?
It's really great, honestly, to see just people coming out to support you all, and it's really awesome. Because college is like a little community, and then it's like you all live together, you all go to class together, and they're coming to support you, and it's different because it's like, oh yeah, those are my friends from my science class, and these are my friends from this class and that class. But really, it's like college is just, it's so great having them support because it's really just like a community of people. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. And especially with the sports, all the sports teams love to support each other. My teammates and I go to soccer games and volleyball games, and they return the favor. So it's really awesome.
Absolutely. But Mark, the floor is yours.
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off that. Me leaving town. And I don't know how you feel. I know me. I get that homesick stuff, and so how important is developing them friendships in college? How important is that to help you get over maybe the homesickness point?
I'd say 100% important. I think one of the worst things you can do, especially as an incoming freshman, is to not get involved. I know it can be overwhelming and scary, and you feel like you need to just stay in your dorm and focus on school, but that's absolutely couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, go do clubs, do random events. Like it doesn't matter. Like, I'm my teammates will tell you I'm in the randomest crap all the time. I'll do hip hop dancing class, goat yoga. I'm in the surf club. I'm in the swimming club, and I just learned how to really swim. So, as a non-swimmer, I went to the swimming club, but it's just it gets you involved. And when you have those people to support you, you have a family. You have a new family, and so it's really great because I Kentucky is also obviously my home, but I say now like I can't discredit Florida and say that's not my home either because I have plenty of people that make up a family here, and even like some of my teammates. One of my teammates, she's a local, so she actually lives with her parents, but like her parents have always invited me over. I've stayed at her house, have a home cooked meal, and it's great to have that too. And of course, you have your professors. Office hours are so important, especially because you get to build a relationship with them. So they're like more family. And then, of course, your coaches, like you can't discredit them being like family. So, really, having that and being involved is so important when it comes to moving away.
Absolutely. Again, cannot thank you enough for coming on, and we're gonna try to get you on a few more times before you.
Sounds good.
But I do have to ask you one favor, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna let Edward and Ryan have you. But one favor I'm gonna ask of you, once you graduate and you start bringing that money, and you move into the home and all that stuff, you're gonna need somebody doing your yard work. So if you need your
That's
grass
true.
cut, buy me that little, zero turn lawnmower. Get Edward the weed eater, and Ryan to do all your landscaping.
Hey, I'm gonna need it. One of my dreams is to actually, especially as like a bio major, I want to have a farm and I'm really invested in ecology and like agriculture. So
Well,
I'm gonna need some help if I want a farm.
yeah. Edward can run a main weed eater. If you want to put a little fan on the zero turn for me, you can, because I'm an old guy, but we'll take care of all that stuff for you.
There you go, as long as y'all don't mind being down in Florida.
No, we wouldn't mind that at all. Uh, but uh, uh, but that being said, what we're going to ask from you is another one big favor. I don't know if you've been keeping up her shows. We've been voting on her favorite sports movie, like her Field of 64 sports movies, and we're down to I think her Sweet 16. Am I right, Ryan?
Yes,
So
you are.
we're gonna ask you to vote on her matchups on that, and then I think Edward would probably have a few things he'll show you.
Sounds good.
Hoosiers versus
Ooh.
Major League.
Hoosiers.
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
The
Ooh, The Blind
blind
Side.
side.
Not even a question. I love Sandra Bullock though, so I'm a little biased, but definitely The Blind Side.
Okay. Miracle against
Ooh.
23 Blast.
Okay, this is hard because then there's also another bias. 23 Blasts is
Yeah,
like
that's what I've
so.
been saying, Nadine. Help me out here,
23
Help me out.
Blasts. Yeah, I gotta go with it.
See, I was afraid 23 Blast would run off with it, cause it a local deal, but Miracle's a really, really good show. Miracle's a
It
really
is.
good
It
show.
is really great.
And the
Um,
last,
Yeah, but
and
well, you keep on taking it off, Mark.
I'm not even touching it. Remember the
remember the
time.
Titans.
She's voting about where I'll vote at. I will be one of them few that's going to try to stick my neck out on Miracle, though. I like
I don't
23
blame
Blast.
you.
Miracle's a real good show.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree.
Yeah, Mark, and I did take these off of for the text website on under your little profile thing. Uh, I don't know if I could jump this high in a photo. If I
I
can,
still don't even. It's funny because I see these photos and I don't even remember these moments, but obviously they're taken, so they're there. But I don't even know what I do in the game. So when I first saw that photo too, I was like, oh wow, I was jumping.
and then this is the other
Okay.
one.
Yep, I remember that too. That was one of our last games of the season. That was a long trip, but yeah, I remember. I do remember that one.
But
So, Nadine, we do put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that does come on our show, even though that you might be in a higher level getting a whole lot better quality than what I'm getting ready to give you. But
It's
I
all
got to
right.
ask you, out of the two I put together for you, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Alrighty, let's see it. Ooh, that one is really nice. I like the front photo a lot. I like how you put that one in the middle. Ooh, I like that one too because that's like my signature floater. All right. I love both, and you actually did really good. But if I had to choose, probably the first one. I like the first one.
Can't go wrong with the OG graphic, Mark. But Nadine, I do personally want to thank you for taking the time to come on. Loved getting to cover you while you was in the high school level. Loved getting to see what you're doing up in the college level. And the only thing I got to say is, you're killing it. Your team
Thank
has been
you.
killing it. Looking forward to seeing what y'all get to do this season. And just thank you again for coming on.
Oh yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Right.
I'm gonna say the same thing Edward does or said. The best of luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Um, I would say just again, welcome. I'm going to say welcome back, say welcome home. 'Cause I know you're stuck between two homes now, stuff like that. But just welcome back. It's been you was enjoyment to cover the years here in this area, and now we're seeing what you're doing at the next level, and possibly what you may do next level. So again, just you've been a pleasure, and thank you for coming on. And we'll definitely gonna bring you back on sooner.
That sounds great. No, I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun.
But thank you for coming on, and wish you personally the best of luck in your future, and your team the best of luck this year.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was an awesome interview. But we knew it would be. We knew it would be. Are we ready for our next guest that you've held late for what? We're probably 7 minutes late already. Edward, are you there? Okay, so are we ready for our next guest? We'll go ahead and bring him on.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing pretty good.
Again, thank you for giving us your time, and I know that it's a busy time of season for you. You know the regular season's winding down, and I know you're coming off the bye week, but I guess I got to ask you the question that all the Bobcat Nations want to know: are you okay? Is the ankle and all that? You know, we got a little spooked there the other night, but
Yes, sir.
uh,
I'm doing good. So, Bobby, our athletic trainer, we've been doing therapy, and I'll be good to go against Clay County, and yeah, I'm all good. So,
yeah, I was aggravating poor old Ryan to death. I kept sending messages. How's Caleb? Uh, how's Burnett? You know, Barnett. You know, I was like, how are you doing? How are you doing? How's Blake? And I was like, he's like, well, basically what he was telling me, chill. You know, they're okay, they're okay. But
It was every 5 minutes I was getting a phone call.
and but yeah, thankfully, hopefully they're both okay and good to go to finish this season up because it's been a special season. I'm sure that you would say that, but just talk a little bit about the season so far.
I mean, the season's been going really good so far. You know, we've had a lot of good things that's happened to us, and we're 8-0 or 9-0 right now. So, I mean, I can't really complain. I mean, we just got to get ready for Clay County, really, and all the other games that are just behind us. You know, they just got to stay behind us and got to focus on the next one.
Gotta ask you, I don't know if you've ever posted anything or ever been timed, but what is your time like? Have you ever been timed in like a 40 or something like that? Or because you look like when you get on that open field, there's very few to ever catch you.
Yes, sir. My 40 is a 4.6 flat right now.
The only person that can probably keep up with you here is maybe Ryan. Or, me and Edward ain't keeping up with you.
No, there's no way.
But
Well,
Ryan
see,
is.
Ryan does have that little golf cart thingy to drive around. So, I mean, yeah, he could probably keep up with him a little bit. I don't think he'd be able to catch him, but he could keep up with him.
And, and one thing I spoke to a lot of people in my area, and I wasn't at the game. I was watching it. But one of the greatest single performances I've ever seen is the game against Rock Castle County. And I know you're all about team, but we're allowed to bloat on you a little bit. That was just a was it something you seen on film that you felt like you might could have a good game against them?
I mean, really, it's just like Rock. We take them very seriously. Like we have a lot of respect for them. So we knew going into the game that it was going to be a really, hard fought game. So nobody overlooked them, and we really had a good week of practice. You know, like everybody, you could tell like a difference in everybody. I mean, even in school, everybody was just so focused and so locked in on the game Friday. But really, I just came out there. I knew what I had to do, and my O-line was blocking like crazy. My slots was blocking like crazy. You know, they was really opening up gaps for me to run through. So, I mean, it was just a good night for us, and it, you know, gave me a good outcome and gave the team a good outcome.
Absolutely. And
So, Mark, speaking of that game, it was 8 to 18 carries for 371 yards with 5 rushing touchdowns.
yeah, yeah, it was one of the best performances I've seen in this area. And of course, well, I always talk about Bell Rock. I always put them as, and we talk about it here all the time as being one of the best rivalries in the state, not just in this area, but in the state of Kentucky. It's something special about that Bell County, Rockcastle County game, and I'm sure that there was probably a little bit extra energy, like what you was talking about, knowing that it was Rockcastle week. But Edward, Ryan, floors are yours.
You know, with the RPI that's now out, do y'all look at that any, or does that put that in your mind, or y'all just thought y'all even pay attention to the RPI?
I feel like we pay attention to it just a little bit, but we're not really worried about it too much as of right now. You know, I don't think RPI plays a big role until I think third round of playoffs. So that's still, you know, quite a far ways away. So really, we just take one game at a time, you know, each week, and we don't really pay attention too much to it. So that's just, you know, something later on down the road.
And if I'm not mistaken, the game against North Central was Coach Hilton's 450th win. What's it like to play for a legendary head coach?
It's honestly just a blessing, seriously. Coach Hilton just being one of the best coaches in the state of Kentucky, you know, he really gets us through these Fridays, gets us through practice. And we have amazing coaching staff, like all around. We got Coach Harbin, Coach Steve, Coach Shipley, Coach Napier. Everybody just plays like a huge role, especially in Friday night games. So, really, you know, Coach Hilton being a legend, it's just a blessing to be a part of, you know, his dynasty and everything that comes along with it.
And then my last question here, I like to ask it. Mark and Edward knows where I'm going with it. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Bell County?
Favorite restaurant to eat at in Bell County? Whew. I don't know. I eat a lot of like King's Buffet. I really like King's Buffet.
Hey, that's up my alley there.
Yeah, I really like King's Buffet. I go there with a lot of friends most of the time. So
Yeah, I love the Chinese. You give me of course, the rice, the chicken lao mein, and any of that stuff. Just pile it all, the beef, broccoli stuff, the garlic. Yeah, just throw it all on there.
yes, sir.
Egg roast. No. Edward, he'll go in there and eat like fortune cookies.
Well, I mean, they are pretty good, too. So, I mean, can't forget the fortune cookie.
But Edward.
So, you know, I've got to see him perform quite a few times this season, and I've got to ask you, you know, after that first game against Campbellsville, did you think that your season was going to turn out like this, or did you think that you're about where you need to be at, or?
I think everybody on the team definitely has room to grow, even now, and myself. You know, we all just have a lot of room, you know, and to grow as a person and as a player on and off the field. The first game against Campbellsville, we got off to a really bad start. It was a really physical game. I still remember that game. Everybody hurting pretty bad the next day, but it was a good win for us. That was a good Campbellsville team. They had like 17 seniors, you know, older team. They was really big up front, you know, but I mean, I always knew what we had as a team, and I expected for our season to be undefeated like we are right now. You know, everybody holds us to a high expectation, and we really just got to put in the work to meet those expectations and go above and beyond them. So, but it was a good game against Campbellsville, and everybody just still has room to grow and improve, and we do that every week.
Absolutely. So I'm going to have to ask you, this is a mixture between mine and Mark's question. You know, the hill out there, when y'all are running it, who's typically the first one to make it up the hill?
I don't know. It's normally a race between a couple of our skill guys like me, Nathaniel Saylor, Hagan. I don't know. It's pretty close every time. We all push each other pretty hard. So, to be honest, I can't even tell you.
So have any of you tried tripping the other one? That way you can say I made it up first.
There's a little, hand-on-hand combat, like going up it. But other than that, other than a couple slaps and stuff, then yeah. So other than that, not too much. But yeah.
So once you graduate, are you gonna have to come back to run that hill a few more times, or are you gonna be finally done with it?
I think I'll be done with it for a while after I graduate. I don't really even want to look at it passing by high school or anything like that. So I think I'm gonna be good off of it for a little bit. But yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. I just see it myself, and I really, just driving around it already makes me tired.
Yeah.
But I got to ask you, putting the Bell County uniform on, every Friday night, knowing the legacy that Bell County uniform holds, what's it like being an athlete there?
Being an athlete at Bell County High School, especially playing football, is like a big thing to a lot of people. We always see the stands being packed out during games and all that stuff. And it just means a lot to us to be able to go out there and perform in front of everybody. And knowing, the whole background of Bell County football and just being an athlete there, a lot of people hold you to a higher expectation. And we just got to meet those expectations. And it just means a lot putting on that uniform and going out there and playing for Coach Hilton and being in front of so many people that supports us.
So, you being one of the leaders on the team, I got to ask you, how do you help, Coach Hilton help coach up the younger athletes that's going to be coming up behind you?
Coach Hilton does a great, job with that. And our coaches right now that helps the young ones like Coach Thomas and Coach Reese, they have done an amazing job with them, especially coming up. But as a leader, I just got to tell them, make sure you keep your head on your shoulders and don't be falling into any negative stuff, really. And if you focus on football and you grind every day and you work hard, then you're going to get a chance on varsity. Even if it's, even if you got to be patient, just wait a little bit. You just got to work hard and keep your head on your shoulders straight.
Absolutely. So, I got to ask you, what's like your favorite aspect about football?
Probably just the people I've met along the way. The football team, we're all just a big family, and to be honest, I don't know what I would do without all those boys up there. I'm around them all the time, hours on end every single week. So it's just a lot of bonding, and that's probably the best thing about football is meeting a lot of people, meeting new people, and to be honest, it's just a blessing to have so many close friends like that.
So I got one more before I get you over to Mark. So do you have like a pregame ritual that you do like before every game? Like you got a certain restaurant you have to eat at every time, or
Yeah, so my pregame ritual is I normally check out of school, to be honest. I check out of school around the end of fifth period. I go home. I like to shower and stuff. It just makes me feel refreshed. And I normally get my center, me and my center, we go and eat Arby's before a game after I pick them up. And we go and eat Arby's and all that stuff. And then we'll go up to the high school, get our tape and all that, get dressed, get ready for the game. And that's really the main pregame rituals. I like to read my Bible before the game, always like that. And I make sure I pray before the game as well. But other than that, there ain't really anything else.
But Mark?
Caleb, I remember he made it to the carpet up there, and he's got a taste of it. So, getting that taste of it, I mean, how does that make you hungry about wanting to do it again?
I mean, yeah, I really do want to make it back up there to state and stuff. It's like a big thing to me, and to be honest, I am thinking about state a little bit. It's hard just to not think about it. But Coach Hilton always says we just got to focus on the game this week. And every time I think about state, Coach Hilton's voice replays in my head about just that one game a week. So I'm really just focused on Clay County this week, but I would like to make it back to state.
Just you was talking about Bell County, and I'm a little bit older than you, Caleb, but my first memories of Bell County football started all the way back in 1991. And of course, me and Coach, every time we get together, we talk about some of these old football games. But one of the coldest games I ever went to in my life, Bill was playing Covenant Catholic. Maybe the worst ice storm I've ever sat through in my life. Me and my stepdad was hiding behind the wall right there at the main entrance, trying to keep the ice from getting in our faces. And the conditions were so bad, neither team could score. And then Bell finally beat them in overtime, 7-0. It was just literally neither team could score. The field, the conditions, the wind was as worst as I've ever sat through in my life. But I'm sure it's fun for the players to get out there and slip and slide, go around. And I know I'd have liked to have been out there at that time. But I've so many Bell County memories that even I could keep you on here for 3 days. You tell me to hush up, but you talked about the tradition and just being your last year and stuff like that. Any thoughts right now on your next step?
Really, my next step after I graduate or just move on from Bell County football, I want to go play college ball. I don't know where at yet. I still got some time to think about it because it's a big life decision. So I got some time to think about it, but I'd like to go play college ball for a little bit and just go from there because a lot of things can change in college. So, but right now the next step for me is definitely go play football somewhere in college.
For sure. Before we let you off, we're going to ask a couple favors from you, if you don't mind. I don't know if you've been keeping up our shows. We started with our Field of 64 Best Restaurants, and Texas Roadhouse winds up winning a national championship. They still haven't sent us no coupons or anything after we gave them all that attention and love. Thank you, Texas Roadhouse. No free anything. But now this year we've been doing our favorite sports movies, and we're down to, I think, our Sweet 16 on them. So I think if you don't care, we're going to ask you to vote on them. And then I believe Edward had some stuff for you to show you.
Okay. Oh. I'm gonna go with Major League.
Can't go wrong with the Wild Thing.
The Blind Side.
Yeah, I think Little Johnson's in trouble.
23 Blast.
I figured 23 Blast get a lot of love.
Remember the Titans.
The Ducks they're in trouble. They're fixing to get a clock put on them here.
It already is. I've already got the updated numbers right here beside me.
You got to remember that they got the flying V in the Ducks. They ain't hit that yet. They haven't hit that formation.
Yeah, they do need to do the flying V. But and I don't want to be the whatever, but 23 Blast is a great movie, but I knew that because of the local concept, they was going to roll quite a bit. But Miracle's a good movie, folks. You got to watch Miracle. Miracle's a real good movie, but I feared 23 Blast would own them. 23 Blast might win the whole daggone thing. I don't think nobody's voting against them. Not in this area, anyway. But go ahead, Edward. My complaint's over with.
Your complaining is never over with. After this show, you're going to call me and complain for another 45 minutes before I fall asleep. Yeah, but Caleb, we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time, in which I'll get these sent over to you, and they will also be posted on every one of our social media sites. But I am going to have to ask you one huge favor. out of the two that I've put together, tell me which one of them you like the most.
Ooh, okay. Probably the first one. I'm going to go with the first one.
See, Mark, the OG graphic, I believe he's putting a running clock on the second one.
Yeah, the lightning ain't striking tonight. Oh, no lightning strike.
You're over. I think you're over 4 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But Caleb, I just want to tell you that it's been an absolute pleasure and honor to be able to cover you these last few years that we've got to cover you up there on the mountain. And again, I want to thank you for taking your time to come on. And I've seen what your team's doing this season, and you're killing it. Your team's killing it. And there's only you got to take it game by game what Coach Hilton says, but there's only one thing left to do out there, and I gotta give you all the props in the world.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it.
I was going to tell you, best of luck coming up this week and the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just exactly what they said. Just best of luck to you personally, and best of luck to your team. And we're very thankful that we've had the honor to be able to cover you and see you develop into the young man that you are today, and just keep on keeping on. And just like Everett said, there's just one more thing left to do here on the mountain. They only hang banners, so there's only one thing left to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a great interview, but we knew that would be. But this has been a real fun show. Nadine comes in there, and Caleb. What a show! I'm proud of me. Somebody give me some credit for once. This is
Hold on. I got
really good show.
I got you. You ready? You ready?
I got food.
Everyone's having too much fun with the sound effects.
Yeah, I don't know where these sound effects has come, but I actually like them now. No. Whatever StreamYard did with that or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. But it is pretty funny. Oh. But here they come to Everett's house again. But I don't even want to know what happened there. But it's come that time. Maybe the most anticipated graphic. Maybe one of the most anticipated graphics in the history of all graphics is fixing to be posted. Well, you really know what that is. Up here we get the drum roll on that, because we're going to start posting the most anticipated. You don't boo these graphics. These are the most anticipated graphics. But let's go ahead and post up our volleyball RP5. RP5. See if we can get it up here. There we go. It did. Number 1 is Whitley County. Number 2 is Corbin. Number 3 is Bell County. Number 4 is Williamsburg. And number 5 is Harlan County. And again, folks, this ain't head-to-head matchups. Everett's having way too much fun with that music, but this ain't about head-to-head matchups. It's against,
exactly. The Edward Hall is here.
Yeah. Now you need to finish with the applause.
I'm working with it.
Edward Hall. Okay. But here's our top 5, RP5. And again, this ain't about head-to-head matchups. I know that Williamsburg won a close one against Bell. I know Corbin's got Whitley County a few times. This is all the mathematics. This is with the HSAA. This is their graphics. And again, it's hard not to go against it. Edward, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look at it. I mean, I believe 3 to 4, all 5 is in not 2 separate districts. I mean, and this really shows you how strong these 2 districts are in that 50th district and that 52nd district.
Okay, now it is time for Edward Hall. Good. Is it ever going to say it?
You had to wait for the drum roll.
Okay.
But you've got a potential that a few of these teams could make it to the region tournament, and I have got to actually witness all 5 of these teams firsthand. And I will have to say that all 5 of these teams has got a chance to beat each other on any given night. And that's just me being honest 100%, because I've seen them all perform. They all have the heart and the dedication and the athletes where they're needed to be able to make a big state run.
And that was the switch gears. And the audience is loving Edward. And now we're going to switch gears and go to the football RP5. Number one is Bell County. Number 2 is Millsboro. Number 3 is Corbin. Number 4 is North Laurel. And number 5 is South Laurel. And the only real difference from last week to this week, Corbin moved up. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen one really play due to my work schedule, but I mean, I'm gonna tell you, this may be the deepest that the 13th region is in football, and I can tell you how long. I mean, we really have a potential that the 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5, depends on how things go, could make a deep run in the state playoffs.
And now we have got Edward Hall.
I gotta get away from these sounds. But you do have a potential that 4 of these teams, because 2 of them is in the same class, so you do have a potential that 4 teams could make a deep run in the playoffs. All 5 of them could, depending on how RPI and the district seedings and all that they get set up. But Bell County, Middlesboro, Corbin, I've got to see those 3 firsthand playing some great caliber competition. And north, south, they're both pouring it on the teams that they're playing right now. I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing how the last few games of the season shape up.
I didn't do the RP5s on soccer because we know what happened in girls soccer. And yes, I deserve the boo on that. But we've got some applause for what Ryan did to cover up for me. Congratulations to the North Laurel Lady Jaguars. And of course, you always have an individual, a bad apple out there in the stands that tries to ruin it. But we'll bring the applause back to North Laurel and wish them the best of luck as they go. And of course, we're also wanting to wish OBI boys the best of luck also. And hopefully both these teams can make some major runs. And we know they will. They're not going to be easy out for either. And that's for sure. And congratulations on the North Laurel girls and the OBI boys, and there's a train coming with them two teams for sure. I have no idea what about that one because the train coming sounded pretty good, and then we went to there we go. The train's coming, folks. The North Florida girls, the OBI boys, you're gonna have to deal with them because they're coming. They're coming, folks. But, yeah, mind blowing. We need another explosion. But Ryan did a good job on the graphics. There's on there these two teams. They're gonna make other teams nervous. These sounds are totally throwing me off my game. I don't know where I'm even going.
And Mark, I will tell you, everybody, this. You can see all 32 graphics that I made in one day, basically a day and a half almost. It's on all those Facebook pages.
Thank you, Ryan. The crowd even like that. Well, now the police is coming to investigate you and see how you make them so fast. I'm just saying. I mean,
Popo's coming for you, Ryan.
And some Orientals from Japan or something. I don't know what that's all about. I'm just saying. They're over beating the gong over there. So you made some people mad over them graphics. The police and the gongsters are coming. So I don't know what's going on. But before we say our final thoughts, I guess we could go ahead and do our vote. I feel like that sometimes.
Right here. I'm going Hoosiers.
It's hard to go against the Wild thing, but the Hoosiers, I don't even like Indiana Hoosiers, but I like that movie. It's hard to go against Hoosiers. That might be one of the best ever. Ryan, you didn't give your vote.
Oh, I went with Hoosiers. Sorry, I get ahead of myself.
The Blind Side, without question. I don't know if I've ever watched The Little Giants.
I went with The Blind Side as well.
I know I should watch The Little Giant. I'm sorry, but Blind Side's better. Ever, are you going to vote, or are you out there in the crowd booing with them?
I'm out there in the crowd booing with them because The Little Giant is an amazing show, but I also went Blindside. Yeah, I've at least watched it.
I've watched it too.
I'm going to probably be the only person that's voted for this movie, and it's catastrophe. It's miracle. Folks, I love 23 Blast. I know it's got the local flavor in it, but Miracle might be the best sports movie you could ever watch. Ever.
I went with 23 Blast.
Oh, well, I like Miracle. I like 23 Blast, but I guess I might have to go 23 Blast.
See, now they're booing you, Edward. Remember the Titans or the Mighty Ducks, and they're just so much with the Remember the Titans and the storyline. It's hard to go wrong with that.
Remember the Titans.
That's who I went with as well. I went with Remember the Titans as well.
I don't know why that guy keeps screaming at you, Ryan. I don't know. I'd go and check that out after the show. Find out what his deal is. But Ryan, can you give us a tally before you give our final thoughts?
Yes.
Ryan's going to take it to you there, screaming guy. I'm telling you that right now. So let's get the drum roll.
Remember the Titans won 9-0.
Remember the Titans 9-0.
I'm trying to go in order by the bracket. 23 Blast won 5-1, and Mark was the only vote for it. Again. Then the blind side won 7-2, and Hoosiers won 7-2.
So is that our final four now?
Nope, we got next week, and we'll have our Elite Eight.
Okay.
And I've got to try to get my. Go ahead, Edwin, and do your stuff. And let me get my quote up on my phone.
Right, I don't think that guy likes you. I think you need to talk to him after the show, or we're going to have to get security out there in the stands and have him removed. See, here comes security now. Do your job. Do your job.
All right, I got my quote up now. As Edwin plays sound effects. But now that we're getting in football regular season, and as we get into postseason for the other three, go out and cover these athletes at the most important time of the year. Don't just sit at the house and watch it off the internet. Go sit in the stands and watch them. And then my final quote is, the future begins to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, and that is unknown. I changed it up tonight.
I think your guy that's screaming at you washed his hands before he left. I don't know what's going on there. He's still there.
All right, so I'm gonna leave you with this. To do things you've never done before, you have to do things you've never done before. Shane Payton or Sean Payton.
You go wrong with Sean. You know, the crowd just seems to love Edward. You know, they're booing me. They're loving Edward. And you got this guy screaming at you every time, right? So I don't know what's going on here. Edward always gets love. I do know somebody we did forget to give love to. Let's give a shout out to all of our photographers out there, and which starting to get them everywhere, folks. And we love all the help. And I appreciate everything that you do for us, because them little fancy graphics that Edward and Ryan puts together, we couldn't be doing it without your help. So thank you so much for what you do. Keisha Ambergy, John Dayton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Mater's Memories, Chrissy Brassfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Cassie Saylor, Sandra Whitehead, Scott Bunch, Daryl Lovett, Carrie Mattingly, Savannah Philpott, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Besser, Ryan Garnett, and Edward Hall. And I'm sure I'm missing some. Go ahead and give them there.
Yeah, well, you know, you got big shout out to Scott Warren. You've had, if I can get this pronounced it all at one time, Wildflower Frames Photography. And you've got several people from in other regions that's helped me. And you've got Nevaeh Allen Photography, which has also helped us. You know, I'll take the time one day and sit down and make the list. That way, Mark, you can actually read them all off. So that way, you know, maybe the crowd will give you a high five.
And Mark, you can't forget about if I say her name right, I hope I do. The Cassidy Salem. Can't forget about her. I don't know if you said it, but I said it.
I don't know what that guy's issue is, sir. And we want to thank our audience for all their participation, other than the screaming man. We still don't know what his issue is. Yeah, give yourself applause, audience. This is for you. But that being said, I didn't get any inspiration. I I feel like Dominique Mysterio. Every time he gets ready to talk, he gets booed. I can't say a word there. For all those wrestling fans. I tell you something, brother. Oh, bring the thunder. Oh, what you gonna do? Yeah. But nothing inspirational tonight. Just want to thank all of our viewers for coming on. Also, want to thank our sponsors, of course, all the comments that we had. Thank Nadine Johnson for coming on, and Caleb for coming on. Cannot say enough about them student athletes, and it's been a fun night for sure. But nothing inspirational. I'm gonna get a little political, and we see everything's happening in this country and around the world. Just we all need to learn that we're all Americans. Let's start getting along. Let's support each other. Realize that we live in the greatest country in the world, and let's all just get along and do the right thing. And that being said, from all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine, that was pretty good. Thank you, audience. From all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.